Now we have audit logs throughout Techlify HR, which allows you to track changes made to any record, right? So for example, here we're looking at an employee record for Jenny. You'll see the audit log icon. If I click on that, I'll be able to see a history of changes for Jenny, right? And you'll see for all of these changes, the model type is an employee and the model number is 16,786, and which is Jenny's employee model number from a database perspective. If I look at an allowance, click on the audit log, we'll see that, okay, nothing was changed after it was created. And then even within salary, under the salary history tab, you'll see the audit logs for a salary, and you'll see that, okay, salary was created and then it was updated to have a salary number. And throughout Techlify HR for various models, you'll be able to see audit logs like that. Now, apart from those individual lists of audit logs, there is a section within admin. So if we go to administration here, audit logs, here it shows audit logs for all records within Techlify HR. So everything across employee salaries, allowances that change, that get updated, any modification within the system gets recorded here. So here, for example, you'll see model type employee, model type salary allowance, model type employee status. So you'll see we actually created a new employee status, and that was done in an earlier video, and the model number shows up here. Now, I wanted to show you how to make some sense of this data. Of course, you may not be able to make sense of all the data within here, but you can make sense of some of the data. And let's just look at this. So we see, and let me look for a larger change. Okay, here. This is an employee record that was updated. Now, if I click on the view icon, you'll see more detail about this specific log. So we'll see that, hey, employee of this number was updated by Training Inc. And you'll see that the values that were updated were the middle name, the photo, the job title ID, the job description, and you can see when it was updated at. The values can generally give you an idea of which record we're speaking of. So if we look at job description, we'll see responsible for managing the entire team. And in our case, we know that this record is for Mana. So we'll see that, okay, this user, Training Inc. at techlify.com, on May 21st at 11:49 a.m. updated this employee record. So that's how you kind of make sense. And of course, you may not be able to make sense of all of this, but your IT manager would. But this is how you can make sense of some of the values here. Now let's take a step back to the audit log page, because I wanted to show you that you can actually filter this data. So if you wanted to see, okay, what happens within a certain period, today, yesterday, you can filter it there. You can also filter this data by the action, right? Whether it's created, whether it's updated, whether it's deleted. So let's see if we filter by deleted. We can see everything that was deleted within the system. So we can see that, okay, on July 17th, a user was deleted, right? On April 29, an employee was deleted, and you can see who deleted these records. Well, let's take a step back here and let's look at our object ID 16828 of type employee. And this was the audit log we had open earlier, and maybe we wanted to find out more about this record, right? Who exactly is this? We can use a combination of filters to see that. So we can say that, okay, this is an updated, right? And it's an employee. So hey, show me all updates on employee, and show me all the updates where the model number is 16828. And here you're able to see all the changes that were made to that specific record, right? So we had determined based on some deduction that this is Mana. Now if we go back here, we can see everything that was changed on Mana's profile. And let's see if that actually matches. If I go to Mana here, I view the audit log for Mana, I will see that, hey, 16828 is actually for Mana. And if I look, I can see that there are 8 logs in total, but 1 is a created. And if I come back here, I'll see that once again there are 8 logs in total and 1 is a created. So this is how you can go about using this page, how you can go about finding information and just making some sense of the data within the audit log section. You can do some basic rechecks on your end. Of course, if you need to do more advanced rechecks, your IT manager would be the person to bet who would be better able to trace this data, right? But this really gives you a solid idea of changes on different types of records. And if you remember, previously we had changed our employee numbers from a fixed number to have the prefix of GUI, and we required region ID and marital status on an employee's profile. You'll see all of these records. Every change that we made is stored within our audit logs. And I just wanted to share a little bit of how you can use that and potentially benefit from that for any review or understanding. And even in some cases, you may have made a change and you couldn't remember what the old value was. Our audit log system will be able to tell you what the old value was.